Many thanks for joining. Today's video is going to feature the restoration of this fruit press. I bought it in a Portuguese flea market and I'm fairly sure it was made in France around about the 1920s. So I'm just going to show you a very quick review of how I went about restoring it, and then we'll go into some detail. Yeah, now just going to disassemble it. You can often tell how old these things are by the type of nuts they use. They look nothing like a modern type. That's actually an enamelled piece of steel, which is the juice collector. This is the part that holds the fruit. It's not in particularly good condition, so it's going to need some work. I need to remove this plate, the plate that compresses the fruit, otherwise I can't take it to pieces. So I'm just using a diamond quill with a Dremel to eat away the part where it's being peened over. Now the good old hammer. Voila. Please like and subscribe. Any comments, of course, most welcome. These things always help small channels an awful lot, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you. So there's basically all the pieces now disassembled. So now I'm going to start with this wheel. The best way to do these is in a shop plaster. I'm using an 80 mesh grit, and for the purposes of the video I've speeded this up. I know it's very satisfying to watch, but after some time it becomes like watching paint dry. The thread is, I think they call it an Acme thread. It's a square, fast thread. So that's that ready now. Now this basket, for want of a better word, it's got a dent in it, you can see there. So I just need to repair that dent. And then this can go back into the shop plaster. When it's been shop plastered, I'm going to bring it back up to a good finish with this is an abrasive, it's a nylon. It's a nylon wheel with abrasive bristles. And that wouldn't fit inside, so I had to come up with another plan. This is like a sponge abrasive. Now we're going to put these into the shop plaster machine and get these prepared, ready for some painting. Actually, it's quite amazing to think that it's like it was built by the Victorians. I mean, it's so substantial, unbelievable, such a heavy piece to squeeze through. Incredible. That's been broken off at a certain stage and welded. So I need to try to restore that a little bit. So I'm just using an abrasive wheel that fits into that little curvature. Now these parts are pretty much ready for painting. I've decided to use a green colour, albeit there wasn't even a single mark of any paint on it, but it must have been painted at some stage. I don't know why, but this part reminds me of an upside down tortoise. Just painting the hand wheel there. That looks quite nice. So those have now dried and they can be put back. I need to do something with these nuts and washers and this plate. I initially tried to spin it on the lathe and use a piece of emery cloth, but I'm wasting my time because it didn't work. It's got too much deep pitted corrosion, which you can see here, and particularly on the other side where it's in contact with citrus materials, I suppose. So I just need to reduce it down a little bit with an abrasive. This is a belt sander, specifically for metals. Now I can pop them back into the lathe and finish this off with an emery cloth and an abrasive block. Now I'm back to the shop blaster again with these nuts and these washers. What I'm going to do here is use a chemical blacking. It's often used to blacken rifles and things like that. It's not entirely black, it's slightly blue. But it does work quite well. It's a black oxide, that's what it's creating. So they're now finished. Now we've got this enamel part, it's quite badly stained. The first thing I did was to put it in the wish dosher, and it didn't really do much. Yeah, so I'm just using this abrasive wheel prior to a polishing mop. This seems to work quite well, it brings it back up to a reasonable finish. Yeah, that's quite nice now. Now I've got to put my attention to making a base for this. So I'm just marking it out and we'll go and cut it. just need to find a radius with these French curves to mark it so that I can convert it into almost an ellipse. Yeah, so that fits okay. So I just need to bring it down into shape with this abrasive wheel. Just the final finishing touches now, and that'll be ready. Now I need to mark it and drill some holes. Well, sand it down as well. Just put a little edge on it as well. Mark the holes, and then I go into my dilemma with screws. But I've found a good solution in the end. I didn't. These just are not right. You can't use these type. That again, it's not right. So I've got these and I've got a plan. First thing I need to do is to reduce them because they're too big on the head. So I'm just doing that in the lathe. Taking the burrs off. I just need to reduce the shoulder that they have on them. It's a square shoulder. I'm just drilling the backing holes, shortening the bolts, and now painting the heads. Now a bit of varnish on the base, and all of the pieces are basically complete, ready to be assembled. Fairly straightforward assembly job here, not much to it. I just need to pin over that plate again. Now just bolt it together, really. Now we fit my grand plan bolts, which seem to work very well. Another fiddly job of putting these nuts on. Yeah, we're almost ready. It's now, we can say it's finished. There it is. Just put the basket and the collector in there. What I've done is I've sliced a lemon into two pieces. So we'll try it with a lemon. I think it's going to work. I don't think it will not work. 2 pieces of lemon. And off we go. There's a lemon juice. So it does work, that's for sure. Many thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.